Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Ramblemancy. Tonight, we are joined by a cloud of smoke. Actually, by now, it's probably pretty easy to tell what's happening because, well, you know, there's some indicators on. Anyway, hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Ramblemancy. And
I see the captions.
what's happening?
What?
What's
Sorry,
happening?
what? What? If you voted in the poll a chair, you were correct. There is, in fact, a chair here on stream with us tonight. Four of them, four chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, do we have anybody else here tonight?
I don't know. Do it. Sign says yes. Sign says yes.
All signs do seem to indicate yes.
We
Hey! Whoa!
are joined by Cole. Cole is here with us today.
Hi, it's
in
me.
studio.
What's up?
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
I've never heard of Ramblemancy before. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think
Okay.
I've been on before.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm new.
Well, it's definitely a show where there's no chaos whatsoever and everything always goes according to plan, which we definitely have.
Yeah, it won't be unhinged.
I appreciate that a literal goblin won the poll. So...
You guys were right.
You were all very correct.
Incredible. Anyway, welcome everybody. We are here tonight with an episode of Ramblemancy where this is as far as we got in determining what we were going to be talking about. So,
No, 100%. On our Google Calendar, where I like kind of keep track of all of our programming, it just said Ramblemancy : Cole question mark.
yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's who knows where tonight will go. But before we get to that, we have some announcements probably. I think.
Yeah, I think we have something on that. I mean, we have our
don't know
usual
what's going on
programming and
anymore.
stuff. Like next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, you can find us right here on this very channel, streaming infinite. Not me, everyone, many of the other people on half of the people on screen
And
are on that show. Hashtag and John. Anyway,
my
our
favorite
cipher.
hashtag. It's the best hashtag.
It kills me every time. Kills me every time. Someone's like, Lucas, how dare you commit these fields crimes against us? And somebody else in chat is like, and John. And John.
100%.
No, not good.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think. Oh, well, we didn't talk about I mentioned it on Infinite Horizon the other day, but we have a new goal for the month. That goal is a Community Among Us game. So if you donate using the tip command, ! Tip, it'll take you to the Streamlabs page where you can donate to you can donate to yeah. You can donate to get us to
$250.
$250, and we will have a Community Among Us night in the Discord. So,
Freeman has dropped a smoke bomb.
Freeman, you can't assume your original form during Ramblemancy right now. Mr. Cryptid.
We talked about this.
Mr. Cryptid, requesting.
Oh, what are you talking about? I was here the whole time. Just a slight glitch in the cryptid verse.
The Cryptid
be,
verse.
I
Stop
think
it.
we're
Honest,
giving up on announcements now. There's too much chaos for this.
Join the Discord for
Discord.
approximately this amount of chaos and also a chorus of good mornings and good sounds.
Indeed.
All right, let me bring the chat window a little closer.
Okay, great, because I can't see even with my glasses. It's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm fulfilling a request that was put in the chat.
Oh, I see. Yes, excellent.
Yes, hold
Perfect.
on.
So, in true Ramblemancy, oh my god. Hold on.
Yes.
I also have a
I
yes
want
card
everyone
now.
to know that whenever I hold up a yes card, like that's how I say it every time in my head. Yes.
Yeah.
In true Ramblemancy form, of course, there is lots of chaos here tonight, but it is the precursor to it is, of course, John. What do you got for us tonight?
Motherfucker. I somehow forget that every week you're going to do this to me, and I did.
Because sometimes I don't do it just to keep you on your toes, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I truly do never know. And I thought to myself, ooh, I better think of something because he's going to throw me under the bus tonight, because he's not going to throw Cole under the bus tonight because it's their first time being the only guest on Ramblemancy. So it will be me tonight that is thrown under the bus. And I had that thought and then it went right out the other ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's about where I'm at. F in chat. F for faith. F is for faith. Yeah, no.
I mean, we could literally
Wow.
start anywhere is the thing, because we didn't have a plan. Besides, Cole will also be here. So like
Anywhere, anywhere.
The note cards bit is sending me. It's very good. Literal God. Oh, Littlest Drummer says, I'm still dying from how cute my daughter was this evening. Littlest Drummer, would you like to tell the story in chat, Littlest Drummer, or shall I tell it on screen? Because it was horrifically cute. Tooth-rottingly so.
Yeah. Turtle Lord is correct. Sanity in Ramblemancy?
In this economy?
No.
Especially in this economy.
Especially
No kidding. No kidding.
This is the first time I've been on stream in like months.
Remy says Lucas has ascended to goblin status. Yeah, that's true. Apparently.
Mm-hmm. The
Okay,
dice,
I'm gonna
it's
take-
the dice collection.
Mm-hmm.
It's the dice
It's
collection.
not that big of a dice collection.
Do you have more than one set?
Anyway, so John, what do you got for us?
Anyway, so I'm gonna tell the very cute story that Littlest Drummer told me earlier and has alluded to in chat. Littlest Drummer has the most adorable 2-year-old daughter who is occasionally a gremlin, but oftentimes very sweet, and is read a bedtime story every night. And tonight, after finishing the story, I am told little baby Littlest Drummer wrapped their arms around the greater Littlest Drummer and said, I love reading with you, mommy. And I just about died. I am melted into a puddle in my chair. So sweet. What an adorable little child.
Oh.
Just because 2-year-old.
Oh.
Rose, hey, Rose, just in time for
Rose.
John to get hit by a bus. Yeah, truly.
Lil Dwama. That's amazing, Keegan.
Lil Dwama.
It reminds me, there was a chat going
Lil
on. Someone
Drummer.
sent a cute picture of a spider, and I still just like when you put in chat, a little spooter, little spooter. Thought that was very cute.
Oh God. Yeah, that was. When was that? That was not that long ago, was it?
No, it was
Yeah.
probably a few weeks ago, but time isn't real, so maybe it was yesterday. I don't know.
Who
Mhm.
knows, really?
Time is a weird soup.
Time is a weird soup.
Indeed.
Red pill or blue pill?
What?
Matrix.
Okay, sorry. I never remember which one's which, so I will be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The blue pill is to break out of the simulation, and the red pill is to stay in the simulation, I think, or something like that. I've only seen the
Something.
movie once.
Geeko
Mhm.
says red pill.
I say red pill at this point.
Phil, get me out.
Get me
I'll
out.
take that.
Yeah. Like, listen, here's the thing. I feel like living in, like, being in the post-apocalypse is maybe better than while it is happening.
I would agree with that.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm super
at
tight.
least.
Just let it all end.
I don't need my glasses anymore. I've seen enough. Throwing them out.
Just take him, yeet him.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
I'll take them at the same time and see what happens. No one said anything
that
about that.
sounds like a bad trip.
Oh.
I
Probably.
feel like I think there is actually an XKCD along those lines where like they're handed the 2 pills and then the character like takes both, smashes them, like grinds them into dust, and then like and then takes them that way.
Purple
Purple
pills are for
sleeping.
Oh, no.
incredible. That's
So wait, is that just Benadryl?
Ooh. No, isn't there
Wait,
like an actual
so
purple pill for that's actual sleep pill?
I think
Don't
there
worry, don't mind
is.
me, I just
Benadryl's
haven't-
not a sleep pill, but you can't
Yeah,
sneeze
there
when
we
you're
go.
in a coma.
Mm.
Yeah. True. True. Like,
Truly.
you know, I had to like for a while when I was younger, I had to get infusions and occasionally blood transfusions every so often because my anemia. And they would give me Benadryl and another antihistamine to help prevent any kind of allergic response to it. And every single time they'd give it to me and I'd just zonk the fuck out.
Mhm.
Like, because they give you the big kid like dose of Benadryl for a transfusion. So like it was just like, all right, good night. Wake me up when it's done. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like if you take the blue pill and the red pill at the same time, you it's a secret hack where you actually unlock the super matrix. And then you enter the super matrix.
No.
Yeah. New Game Plus Matrix.
New game.
No.
Isn't that basically what the new film is? From what I gather,
Looks
it's just
like
the
it.
Matrix New Game Plus.
I
Looks
think
like it.
I'm not.
It's not that.
That's yeah.
It's not that. Oh my god. Yeah.
Actually, it's the Uber Matrix because my mistake.
Actually, it's the Uber Matrix. There's layers to this. See, my church growing up had a specific meaning in mind when discussing purple.
Advent? Lent.
I'm a
Lent is
bad
purple.
ex-Lutheran. Yes.
I grew up in a Catholic church.
Yeah.
Them off the boat Italians, man. 0 out of 10. That's not it. Not it.
This ain't it.
Send me to private
Oh,
school.
I get it. Pink and blue make purple, and there will be no purpling at church events. Got it.
Right.
So basically, So basically, like, it is just basically they're trying to get kids to not doink during church events.
Mhm. God, there was this super conservative church in town who had like.
Is there a
they had,
not conservative church?
No, I mean like extra bad about it.
That ain't it.
Oh.
They had like this Friday night thing that was designed to keep the kids out of trouble and like not drinking and doing drugs.
Oh,
or
I remember you
whatever
telling
else
me about
they-
this. Yeah, I remember.
I told you about this one before. I don't think chat's heard this story though. And so they hosted this like Friday night thing, and I can't remember what it was called. It had like they tried to make like a really trendy sounding name, but it kind of just sounded awful. But basically they would host like a little activity night every Friday to keep kids from, going out and having sex or drinking or getting high or whatever. Except like they would have it in the church basement, and the area in which they have it was literally fenced in. Like it was a chain link to the ceiling fence that they had in there, and they locked it. There were not bathrooms inside the fenced area either. So to go to the bathroom, they had like a bunch of like snacks, and there was a kitchen in there, and you could watch movies, play foosball, Xbox, PS4, whatever, mingle with a bunch of other kids who are trapped in this
Prison.
hellhole with you. Yes.
Prison.
In order to go to the bathroom, you had to ask one of the chaperones, and only one person could go to the bathroom at a time. And if you left, you were not allowed to come back later because you might go and like partake in substances or bring them back to the other kids. It was wild. Like when
I'm tired.
Mhm.
Also, I want to just point out, Giga said, in response to your, is there a non-conservative church? And Giga says, I mean, there is the cannabis church in Denver, and they are technicolored and really chill, so maybe jury's out. That would be a thing in Denver, wouldn't it?
I heard, okay,
would be a thing.
Okay, so my friend Joe recently moved to Denver, and we sent him a meme that was like moving to Colorado is just the guy's version of getting bangs. And honestly, it's not wrong. Joe confirmed it, so
That is
there's that.
incredible.
guy version of getting
Alien
banged.
Creations, hi, welcome. Good to see you.
Ellie!
First
Hi.
time chatter, hello, welcome.
I
We're just...
I recognize Ellie from over in Bree's community.
Oh,
She's
awesome.
currently making a crocheted version of this little goblin in chat right now, and it's destroying
is
me.
that who it was?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I mentioned the other night when I was
That's
like,
so cool.
when I mentioned, yeah, so there's somebody that's making like a little crocheted stuffy version of my Goblin Sona, and it's making me melt inside.
Goblin
Yeah,
Sona.
this is the
I
person.
have one of those too.
It's just
Yeah.
them. Uh,
Wow, I can't believe we're gonna be playing Oops All Goblins.
Yeah, I know we were setting up a different home game, but what if Oops All Goblins?
surprise, that's the next campaign after Infinite Horizon. Oops, all goblins.
Okay, but can I come?
I mean, I don't think that could happen without you, is the thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
So,
think
like,
I think we would have to have you on for Oops All Goblins. Like it's just mandatory.
I miss my little goblin girl. She was real cute.
oh.
I played like 2 sessions with her. It's
We
fine.
have
John Blinn.
yeah, we get John Blinn on there. We call in Gobri for another guest. Like
That's the emote. It's the John Blinn.
Oh, I love him. He's cute.
he's adorable.
So good goblin.
Bree is my emote artist,
Yeah.
and she's done a very good job. That's I think going to be the rest of my emotes is just variations on the little goblin me.
At this point, yes, I think so. Yeah.
It's just my brand. Like I streamed Stardew Valley once and pretended to be a goblin twice now, and memed about being a goblin, and now I'm just.
Yeah.
How is there not a swamp farm yet, though? Like, give me that mossy
We
aesthetic.
We chose the monster farm because we're like the spooky farm where monsters come out at night, because we were like, we're just going to make a monster farm. 2 very well-intentioned, very intense goblins fixing up Stardew Valley, which actually, like, when you think about it, a couple of goblins living on the farm makes the plot of that game make so much more sense. Like all of the just absolutely wacky bananas shit that you do in Stardew Valley makes so much more sense when a couple of very intense, very well-meaning goblins live out there.
Yeah.
Did anyone see Concerned Ape put out like the preview for his next game? The chocolate.
Haunted Chocolatier?
Yes.
Yes.
I am so excited.
I'm losing my mind. I've watched the trailer for Haunted Chocolatier like 3 times.
Me
Like
too. It looks so good.
it's like it's in the, for those not familiar, Haunted Chocolatier is in the same like visual style as Stardew Valley, but instead of being small town, I think it's like a big city and you're like a new chocolatier, but you're haunted by ghosts, and that's as much as I know. It looks very cute. So
And I read the
Cool.
blog post, and he was like, if you're wondering why chocolate, it's what came to my head, and now I'm doing it. So that's what you're getting.
The game designer mood.
yeah. That's how we got kobolds and trench coats.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, you have 2 stats, kobold and trench coat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think I'm more kobold than trench coat.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I don't think I would fit in a trench coat. It would be like a dress, but like more, or a blanket. It would be a blanket or a cape. It could be a cape.
Could be a cape.
Capes.
No
There's a
capes.
friend. I don't know. There's a friend of ours who constantly advocates for capes making a comeback, just so that like you can punctuate the ends of conversations with such finality. Like you
exactly. I think we've even talked about that on this show before, right? Bring back capes so that we can like dramatically end conversations with just a
you
sweep
just sort
of the
of
cape.
somebody says something that you don't like, and you're like, just toss your cape and turn on your heel and
This
flap
never
away
happened.
in the wind.
Yeah, just I said good day, sir. Flip the cape and walk out. Like, what do
I
you
shall
say to
see
that?
you on the morrow.
What do you say to that? You know?
You
Nothing.
can't.
You don't.
Exactly.
You just accept
Nothing.
it.
That's it. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing.
You have been shunned, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
If 2 people with capes do it to each other at the same time, the world just implodes.
Thank
there's
God.
just a
Thank God.
there's just like a localized like TVA timeline wipe that occurs, and you go back to the beginning of the conversation.
Oh, so here's the thing, though. We always talk about like ending the conversation dramatically with a cape, but you can start one dramatically with a cape by just doing the opposite
Ooh.
gesture, right? Like you just flap it outwards, right?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Can you imagine
and
just like
non-binary pals.
I have arrived. The conversation may now begin. Right?
Oh
Like
my
No,
God.
just imagine somebody doing that in an elevator. Like you like 3 people get onto an elevator, stand on the little footpads. A 4th person walks into the corner, like their cape swishing behind them. Elevator doors close, and then you just the conversation may now begin. Like
You can literally hear every single theater kid if that were to happen.
mhm.
Yep. True.
It would be over.
Just like
There would never be a serious conversation again. Or too serious,
right.
Mhm.
but like more.
Everything would
Yeah.
just be way over the top dramatic. Like
I'm too tired for that.
Yeah, but it's the secret. You pull the energy from the cape.
yeah.
Well, also,
The cape is for gathering the energy from the air, and then it brings it
Mhm.
into.
that's true. And being dramatic is
That checks
also my
out.
gay birthright. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The the cape is the powerhouse of the introvert.
I hate everything about what you just said. I'm so upset right now. Nope.
Huh.
I thought of the cell or the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell meme, and I couldn't. That was the best attempt that I could make at making that work there. So.
I appreciated it.
Is there such a thing as over the top, as way over the top? I mean,
No.
no, I don't
Really?
think so.
A doctor swishing their cape back and forth. You have 3 days to live. Swoosh. Yeah, you have 3 days to live. I suggest you make the most of them. Swoosh.
Wow.
God.
Koala is very disappointed in you, John. As am I.
Yeah, as expected.
Mhm.
I was hanging out at a community day in another Discord server that Koala also inhabits earlier today, and they were not able to be present, but everyone else in the call we basically spent the first 5 to 10 minutes of that community day with everyone going, yeah, no, like Koala can and would kick your ass, which is true.
Did I hear
to be
koala
clear.
cannon?
No, can and will.
Can and
Yeah.
would.
Ah, I was picturing like one of those like circus cannons and just a koala going.
I mean, the reality is that is a little bit Koala's personality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
Okay.
fight, no chill. Koala.
Koala can.
Perfect.
Writing Turtle Lord makes an excellent point, which is if you don't go over the top, how do you know how high the top is? That's a really good point.
Yep.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Break the
very true.
glass ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Just going way over the top.
Stinking with your noggin.
What are we talking about? Nothing, actually.
I don't know. I never actually did get us
I
started
know
on
you
anything.
somehow managed to very creatively evade. Actually, John, after several years now, John has managed to successfully step out of the way of the bus that I threw him under.
Yeah, it was more of it's instead of being thrown, it was more of like a
Yeah. It was, or like just doing the whole like airbender spin and turn out of the way,
Mhm.
right? Like the yep, and the bus just.
Artfully done. Artfully done.
Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? What are we doing? What's going on here?
I don't know. I don't have a single thought in my head outside of
My
speedrunning
thought was
Metroid
gonna
Dread.
be art
That's true.
for
Art?
TTRPG streams, and that's as far as I got in that train of
That's
thought.
fair. That's fair.
Because I draw a lot.
I don't know. I think it's interesting that you mentioned that though, because we talked about it a tiny bit, I think, with Rick when he was here last week. And I remember us kind of talking about like ways for people to engage in or with actual plays, because they are like, outside of podcasts, they are still like a visual medium when they're streamed or when they're on YouTube, right? You have the images of people's faces, but then you also have their characters. And so like having character art, I feel like is a pretty important part of actual plays. Because you're thinking about, you're trying to, I think, have as many visually interesting elements on the screen as possible. And if you can, ones that move too.
Oh my gosh. My friend Jessie, there was a the stream didn't end up happening, but she ended up making like a scrolling overlay.
Ooh.
And it was like spacey, and it was a Fate game, I think. And there was like the stats for the game were like on little scrolls, and the text like rolled up slowly. Like it was like super intense. But yeah, no, I actually really like talking about overlays because they're such a like niche thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's so, at least for me, it's kind of fun to figure out how I'm going to lay things out because you don't want it to be too busy. You don't want to have too much on the screen because then everyone's going to be distracted. But it does need to.
Good night, koala.
Bye,
Good night,
koala.
Well, I mean,
Don't get stuck in a koala cannon.
Or
Ooh,
do,
koala.
you know,
Or do. Depends on your mood, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Koalas all fight, no chill. So probably.
I think koala would probably fight the cannon.
Fight the cannon and then use the cannon to fight.
Yeah, fight the cannon. Anime style, make friends with the cannon after you beat it. After you two beat it up, like beat each other up for a while, and then
Attack and dethrone God.
together attack and dethrone God.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying about overlays? I just wanted to make sure that koala got the. But you were talking about the animated overlays and like the.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry.
Overlays, they happen.
You're talking about how like it's a niche thing.
Yes, I did. And
Am I helping?
Yes and
Okay,
no.
Cool.
Someone say something quickly.
I suppose like it is kind of a niche like form of art too, right? And like end of graphic design because you didn't. I don't know. It to me, it's interesting to think about how kind of comparatively new our form of media, the form of media that we make is. So like, there's a good line that Geek Outs mentions to ride here of like making it be visually interesting, but also not too busy, right?
That's what I said. Yeah. Yeah. Because like writing like when people give you like their assets and everything and like trying to make everything fit but also in a visually pleasing way that's not bombarding the viewer with like so many different elements because you don't want to take away from the main thing is the people on the screen. You just want to accent that. You want to complement the people. And while giving people, at least in my mind, like a taste of, you know, when they look at your stream, like, okay, what's the tone here? And you can look at an overlay and usually get a vibe. It's a vibe check for your stream. And I think it's a very fun.
Well, and you've made a lot of overlays.
I've made so many.
Yeah.
That's like most of my portfolio at this point.
Yeah.
The first, like when Friends Who Roll Dice started, we started with Pride, and I was making like 2 overlays a week.
Ooh.
Like, yeah. And that was like last minute names, and yeah, it was a lot. And I drew all of them.
Yeah. Cole is really powerful, everybody. Just
Wow.
Not lately.
But you know, everybody has a downturn. But like, Cole is very powerful. That's what I want everybody to understand.
The 3 of us, I'm like, this is a good bit. All 3 of us going, yeah, no, that scans.
Yeah, no, I've made many, many overlays in my day.
I saw a question earlier from Geek Outs, which was, if you
Yeah.
could have a combo element from Avatar, what would you want? Mud bender, lava bender, etc. I'd like to be a taco bender. I'm sorry, Geek Outs. What combo of elements is the taco bending? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
Combo elements, huh?
I love doing that with Genasi, though.
Yeah.
I have a smoke Genasi.
That's really
And
cool.
he's basically like a walking mood ring, because like, you know how Air Genasi have like the swirls? His change color.
Ooh.
Because like,
Love that.
I'm gay, so like we needed to get like rainbows in there somehow. But yeah, he's a smoke Genasi.
yeah. I mean, if I can just make all of my, I frankly do at this point make all of my characters blue, pink, and purple. So.
Amen.
Just-
My color combination, someone pointed it out to me, and if you look at my Procreate library, purple and green are like the only colors I use, despite my efforts to not.
I remember one of the when I was learning to draw, one of the artist's color palettes that I was very drawn to was Jen Bartel's, and I wonder why.
I love it.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
They're good colors.
They're good colors. Listen,
They're
fucking
good colors,
neon-
Brond. Sorry.
Hello?
Let's see. I see. Oh, Airbender plus Cabbage Vendor.
Oh, yes.
You know what? I'll give it to you. That's fair
Yeah,
enough.
cabbage bending is the sixth most ultra rare form of bending. You could also make the argument that it is just an archetype, like a different type of water bender, since cabbage is in fact mostly water.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is this about the taco bending?
Yes.
The airbender and cabbage
Yes.
bending?
We doubled back on it.
But why air?
So that you can whip it all together.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right.
It's for manipulating the myriad non-cabbage parts of the taco.
The non-cabbage. Does
Interesting.
cabbage go in tacos?
You know, cabbage
Well-
can go in tacos. It shouldn't.
That's-
It
it
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
You know,
Yeah.
But it can.
actually,
But
here's what I think I would like to know. So are cabbage benders so called because they can only bend cabbage, or is cabbage just a common, like a colloquialism here that we use to describe anybody who can bend leafy green plants? Is this this is what I would
just-
like to know.
So I know earthbender is, like earth and dirt, but what about plants?
I think that's water, because if you like, there's the swamp benders in
Mhm.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I did not know there was swamp benders, but I would yes.
So swamp
Yes.
benders are basically just water benders who've learned to like bend the water in plants, and they live in the swamp. A literal goblin.
Let me in. Let me in.
Let me in. Yeah, they live in a giant swamp that everyone is terrified of, and there's a big spirit tree at the middle of it.
Man.
That sounds like literally my brand.
Eliane
Yeah,
says
actually-
steam bending, add even more flair to the cape gestures, and dry clean your own
yeah.
capes.
That's true. That's
Huh.
true. You know how much easier my life in college became when I learned that steam irons were a thing, where you like instead of
Oh.
ironing your clothes,
I
you'd
want one
steam
of
them.
those. See,
right?
this is how you know
Yeah.
you're an adult when you get
didn't
excited.
become any easier because I
I
learned
know,
about
right?
them, but I didn't have one.
Yes.
So my life didn't actually become any easier. I just became aware that it could have been easier.
Oh no. Actually, isn't that really just
Adulthood.
a little bit what college is all about?
Learning that.
But
Yeah.
the 20s don't get better.
Well,
I mean, you grow as a person, but that's because it's hard.
I
You know.
guess. Yeah.
You kind of got to go through shit before you can get your shit together. And even then, it's kind of like held together by hope and some duct tape.
But at least after I feel like, kind of you get through your mid-20s, you realize that everybody else is just holding their entire lives together with bubblegum and paper clips. And you're like, oh, okay. This is just how
I
it is
used to
for
think
everybody.
People my age were bona fide adults. Incorrect.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I've never
You know
adulted
what's
a day in my life.
terrifying? I think that's terrifying for me to think of. So when I was homeschooled until I moved here, and when I moved here, the first teacher that I had, next year I will be the age that teacher was when I moved here,
30.
30, and that's
I'm turning 30. No.
Okay, Littlest Drummer is going off about cabbage on tacos, which is, first of all, it doesn't molt as fast as lettuce. Second of all, it's crunchier than lettuce.
True.
Third of all, it has more nutritional value than typical taco lettuce, which I'm assuming we're referring to iceberg here, which is in fact just crunchier water.
Crunchy water, yeah.
Thank you, same brain cell.
I just feel like the
I have to
flavor of it
say-
doesn't go right on tacos. Sorry, go on, Freeman. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if it's a red cabbage, I think that's okay. I'll do that. I'll be blasphemous. I like a little red cabbage.
You're already
feel
a
like
cryptid.
Matt-
Like you're already there.
I'm just gonna double down. I
Okay.
think.
All right.
Triple down.
Matt also says, in addition to being an integral part of the wildly popular Baja fish tacos, cabbage is found in many other Mexican street foods, including the salbutes of Yucatan. In Chihuahua, it's used in a soup brought by Mennonites of Russian descent and enlivened with the typically Mexican additions of tomatoes and chili. Interesting.
Fair enough. I guess I always just think of cabbage as more of like part of like, I don't know, more of like wow, my brain just stopped. More like in like Asian cuisine is where I like think of cabbage, you know?
Yeah, I think that's always where my brain goes to
So,
first
like-
when it comes to Asian cuisine.
So
or when
thinking
comes
of
to
it as
cabbage
being
too.
part of like Mexican food, it like my brain was like, I can't make those two
Mhm.
things fit together, and yeah. But yeah,
I can see like some like hipster person making like that fusion restaurant.
you know, you're right, and I hate that you're right because it's true.
I
I
know.
could absolutely see that happening.
You know, maybe our friend from college, Lucas, who founded that revolutionary coffee bar,
Do
will
not
go
call-
on to do that.
not call him our friend.
Our
One of the
Our
very
acquaintance.
one of the very few people that I just absolutely could not fucking stand. Ugh. He's like he's this guy who is genuinely like, think of the most like stereotypical irritating hipster like persona, and you've pretty much nailed him to a T.
Did he have a
Okay.
man bun?
No, he didn't. It was no, he did not.
Side shave?
No, it's kind of actually his hair is kind of like this, but yeah, but he had big red rimmed glasses. That it wasn't so much about that. It was more about the personality. It was less about the like physical appearance.
physical,
It was more
got
about
it.
the personality.
He somehow managed to be late to every single class by between 4 and 15 minutes, whichever was more disruptive, and was always holding a coffee when he came in.
No.
uh,
He's late
boy.
with Starbucks.
Ooh.
frequently he would arrive and then make just a shit ton of noise getting settled somewhere in the classroom, and then would proceed occasionally to say a few things to the person next to him, which, you know,
Oh no.
5 minutes into a college class, the professor is going. Like, you got 60 minutes. You don't see them until 2 days from now. They got shit to talk about.
Whew.
Does
Yeah.
anyone else get anxiety for those people? Like secondhand,
Yes,
nervous?
100%.
A bit, yeah.
Whenever like
Mhm,
someone
like-
comes in is like bumping things and making
Oh, fully, like-
noise, and you're just sitting there like,
Oh, I
Yeah.
stopped being entirely able to
100.
pay attention to like anything that was happening in the class because I was just sitting there fully just like focused on the person who came in
Mhm.
late because I was just so like secondhand anxious for them. 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
there have been times where like there was a couple times I was late for class, and if it was a big lecture hall, I would just sit on the floor. I just wouldn't even try to find if there was no seat in the back row.
Legit, that kind of thing made me so anxious that there were times I straight up like if I skipped class, it was because I was gonna be late and I didn't. I was like, well, but I'm gonna be late, so better not go.
I'm gonna be late, so better not go.
Okay, but I think
Yeah.
I've done that too.
Oh God, I did the music major special a few times, which was I haven't practiced and I have I have a music class today, so I'm gonna skip class to practice. Yep, that was a good one.
I never pulled an all-nighter.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever pulled an all-nighter for the purposes of study or work. I have been awake an entire night before, but that's never been because I was like working. I usually get to like between 2:30 and 3:30 a.m. I'm usually like, I'm just gonna get up and finish it tomorrow.
I pulled some all-nighters, but I stopped at like around the time when I turned 20, I stopped being able to do all-nighters. Like I just couldn't do them anymore.
I never was able to.
Well, but then the thing is that then my last year, because everything was just so like desperate and I was on the razor's edge of not graduating, I pulled more all-nighters in one semester of college, my second to last semester of college, than I did in the entire rest of my life. It was not great. It was not a good
Doesn't
time.
sound like a happy time.
Last senior semester, I took 2 400 level history classes, and I had to write 2 30-page papers.
Oh.
One was so I studied linguistics and international studies. So one was a Chinese history class, and it was like the Mao era up until so it was like 1950 to 1989, like just after Tiananmen Square. And then my Korean class was all about like the Chosun dynasty. If anyone ever wants to know about these things, I just know these things now. But literally my friends had to drag me by my feet to get me to write these papers. My friend she was part of like this collegiate mock trial because she was in law school. So she had her own office. She was the president of this organization thing. And I would just sit in there and I would keep all like my books in there. And literally she would just come in and I would just be like crying because I can't write. I'm dyslexic. I did my best. I passed. I don't know how.
You made it.
I made it. My Chinese history professor, my social anxiety was so bad. And part of it was participation. It was a smaller class, so there could be discussions, and I just wouldn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
And so she emailed me. She reached out to me and said, "Hey, I noticed you're not really talking in class. What can I do? Like, what's going on? Like, what can I do to make this easier?" And I was like, fuck, she's nice. Now I have to do good. And I'm a perfectionist. I hate it here. So she let me do, like, instead of talking about the reading, she let me do, like, little paragraph write-ups, and I could email her. And for my paper, I had to present it, and I said, can I just record myself and do a slideshow and just hit play?
Oh, that's cool.
And she let me do it.
Amazing.
And then, the kicker, after everybody went, she came up to me after and says, your presentation was the best. Perfectionism saved the day.
I would just like to, as somebody who very nearly went into education, I would like to applaud that professor. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, she was amazing. She was absolute, and I actually really enjoyed the class, and yeah, no, she was great.
I saw Ellie said, I learned the all-nighter study session never worked for me. My tired brain could not retain info at all, and I did worse in class.
Thank you, Riz.
That's why, that is specifically, yeah, I 100% agree with you. I only ever did all-nighters to finish work, not for studying. Only to, like, that was the only reason I ever did all-nighters, because, like, I agree, I'm the same way. I would never have been able to retain anything.
So it's actually, I took a cognitive psychology class, and studying before bed, like, pulling an all-nighter is counterintuitive, because your brain processes things. So if you study before bed, it would retain that information. You would hold on to it better.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
But if you go without sleep, your brain doesn't have time to digest the information, so to speak.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Another cool trick I learned from cognitive psychology. So my senior year, I also took, on top of those history classes, I was taking a human rights class and a class about civil unrest. And those were also 400 level classes. It was fine. I did great. And they were in the same classroom, and that's where we would take all the tests. So at the top of my notes, I would write down what color, like, shirt or tie or something that the professor was wearing. And then I would look around the classroom and, like, trigger memories. And I aced all my tests.
Awesome.
My
Cognitive psychology is dope.
Mhm.
my brother's girlfriend was a psych major and did her senior paper about the effect that doodling had while listening to a lecture, like had on retention of information. And it was like the same thing. Like people, I think she did a few different ones and had people like listen to a lecture while like doing other things like checking their email, responding to messages, kind of multitasking. Had people just sit and listen to the lecture, and then had people doodle while they listened to the lecture. And the group who doodled did like better than than the other two groups, because the idea is that you're creating different associations to help trigger the memories. The same way, like you look at this silly doodle that you made of something, or like the color of the tie that you wrote down for your professor that day, and it links back to the piece of information. You're like, oh yeah, no, I remember that.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because Rose said, or my method of don't study. I'm like, but why is that me though? Same. Yeah, Rose said, that's a lie. I just use the location on the page of my notes to remember things. Yeah,
Oh God, yeah.
I unfortunately made the unfortunate decision to rely on my recall, and because like I'm very good at recall. The problem is that's not the same thing as learning the actual material. It's
a lot of the classes I took, since they were just like history classes and like different studies, because I was a psychology major before I was a linguistics major, and then I was an international studies major with a minor in linguistics. Like all of my history classes, like I was very good at memorizing like dates and things. Like I still remember like so much crap that's not really useful, but I have the information up in my noggin floating around, but I can't read, so
yeah, I think I was just like the consummate English major, right? Because like all of our exams in the English department were like writing out your understanding of something, which means that you generally didn't need to know, like you didn't have to have like specific like facts and like dates and stuff like that. What you needed was an understanding of the material, and that was something that I could very easy. That's how my brain works, is like understanding the thing and being able to make points about it. And so like unfortunately those are not skills that transfer to other disciplines, so I didn't do as well in other classes. But
I think
yeah,
the hardest class I ever took was syntax.
mm.
I didn't get into pragmatics, but I heard that was also a nightmare, because that's almost like, I don't know if it's pragmatics. There's another, I forgot what it is. For linguistics, there's like a part that's like actually like mathy. And I heard that and I was like, swerve! Absolutely not. Okay, but the worst class I ever took in college. So to take psychology stats, I had waited too long. Because so like in the last math I took was my junior year in high school, and it was trigonometry. It was remedial trigonometry, so it was already slowed down. And I was in this poor woman's class. Like every study hall I had was spent trying to understand trigonometry, and I couldn't get it. So I bombed all the tests, but I would do all the corrections. So I got an 80 in the class. The New York State Regents exams, I bombed with a 49.
Ooh.
I think they gave me points for writing my name down. And so, fast forward to college, I had to take psychology stats, and before I could do that, I had to take a math. So what did they put me in? College level trigonometry, because that makes sense. And this poor woman, I think, was so sick of me, because I literally was in her office hours, all of her office hours, forever, and I still got a D minus. And I said, that's just gonna have to be okay. So that's the worst class I ever took.
Oof.
That was worse than writing 2 30-page papers in one semester.
Mine was the writer's voice with a very specific professor.
Yeah, I had the writer's voice with a different professor who like taught me everything that I know about like analyzing text, and yeah, that was a very good class for me. I'm so sorry, because for you, John, because I know how much different it could have been for you.
Yeah, it could have been so much better. It's okay. I had the Blake class senior year with Dr. Weldon, and that made up for everything. Anyway, the reason that I was wandering around my room off camera is because you were talking about the part where linguistics becomes math, and I have this very fun linguistics department shirt from my college,
I love
and on the
it.
back,
Yes.
Nice.
I love those things. Phonetics and phonology was my favorite.
yeah. We have more trees than Luther College.
I will be honest with you. I never got sentence trees. I never got them.
Oh, I really
Did
like
not
them.
understand them.
I also like the
I
ones
learned how
where,
to fake my way through them.
I really liked actually the word trees, where you would break up like all the different roots. It was for morphology and like breaking down the words. I actually really liked doing those. I also really liked learning IPA because it really helped me. Because there's a lot of words that I taught myself, and I don't say them right. So that's fine.
Everybody went through a phase when they were like, 10 years old, where they read the word Hermione and had never heard it said aloud and thought to themselves, yes, Hermione, or something like that.
Or Hermione.
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 Yeah.
But does anyone else say speakeasy?
Speakeasy.
It still makes me laugh.
Anyone else?
That's still
just me? Okay. And
That's a good one.
And chagrin.
Oh yeah, chagrin.
That's fair though. That looks like it should. I've said this to you before. That one looks like it should.
I'm glad that that one's okay.
That one's okay. The other one's just baffling, frankly. But
I didn't
Brazier
read it.
and Brazier, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other ones now. I'm drawing some blanks.
Segway. Yep.
Segui.
Segui. I was gonna say
Segui.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Stop.
I'm gonna go now. Okay, my time is done.
It's good having you. Bye, Cole.
Bye.
Masochism. Yep, that's a good one. That's
Masochism.
I said that one right.
Oh yeah.
Is come on another one to pronounce wrong?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you could try if you wanted to.
Simone.
There you go. We did it.
Has anyone seen those videos of the one TikToker? Goodbye, John.
I love it.
I'm sorry.
I just can't. I don't know why Simone got me. Oh my god, you're crying down here.
Simon.
Okay, all
I
right.
like that one too. That was a good one for me.
And, has anyone
Okay.
seen the TikToks of the guy who just pronounces everything wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Papa yeah. Watermelon.
I've seen that.
I hope he's having a great day.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
You good over there? You still alive? Still with us?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let me just. Okay.
There we go.
It's your gay birthright.
I have that one, and I have this one, which is just a monocolor, but it thwarps louder than God. So like.
What was that verbiage?
It said thwarps louder than God themselves.
Thorps?
Thwarp. THWORP, I think, is the way that people usually describe that sound. Oh my god, my camera does not like that.
No, it really does not know what to do with the color correction on that. What was I gonna say? Nope, it's gone.
College, pronouncing things wrong.
No, it wasn't about that. It was a total
Mud bending?
mud bending.
No.
Taco bending.
Nope, it's gone.
Thwarp. I'm sorry, there's nothing left in my brain anymore except for Simone.
I think I'm kind kind of upset how fast that came to me.
You did not miss a beat.
No, I didn't.
That was incredible.
Oh God, the word hyperbole.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh yeah, yes.
That's one of those words
famous comic compilation, Hyperbole and a Half.
Yeah. That was one of those words that like I learned before I ever saw it, and then when I saw it, I read it as hyperbole, and then it took me forever to make those two the same word in my head. And yeah. Hyperbole.
It's like the Super Bowl, but more.
Exactly. Like the Super Bowl, but hyper.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
Does anyone? Did anyone have to take language classes in university?
Yeah.
Regrettably.
No. So here's what happened. So in high school.
Did you cheat? No, but here's what
All
happened.
right. Here's the story. It's the opposite, actually. Although
how about how your life got flipped, turned up? Sorry.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, everybody.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. It's so lovely having you all.
Okay, but wait. Looking at their stream setups, it's really something that like John's is so colorful and flashy, and then Freeman is like the Addams Family, just
and
goth.
I'm here like in between because I've got like the colorful lights, but it's also gray back there.
See, I always thought that this was purple, but I think that's
then it's working.
The LED lights.
Then it's working.
Okay, great. I did it.
What was I gonna say?
I just have these handy dandy light bars here that I should probably conceal and figure out. No,
Freeman
just left. I made him
completely fucked off. So language. So the way that it worked is you like when you were doing like assessments for placement in college in our school, you had to take these little assessment things, and but they always tested you for language to determine where to place you in your language course, because there was like a language requirement in our like gen eds. For language, they like tested you on the language that you took in high school. Only in high school, I took Japanese, and they didn't offer that at our school, so there was nothing to test into. So they just waived it for me, and so then they allowed me to choose what language I wanted to take, for my language requirement. I chose Russian because I thought Russian was like interesting, and I'd always been fascinated by it, and I wanted to. And like, to be honest with you, it was very interesting, and I liked it a lot. I just hate language classes. I'm not good at language classes. I'm very good at picking up languages. I'm not good at language classes. Because I get bored writing the same shit over and over again, and then I just don't do it, and then I fail the class because I, didn't turn in any of the homework. So then anyway, after that first semester, I was like, you know what? Let me do something. I already know Spanish. It was literally my first language, so let me do that. They made me take the assessment, right? So I took the assessment, and I tested off the charts of the assessment thing.
Like, for Russian?
No, for Spanish.
Oh, for Spanish.
So I tested off the charts for the assessment thing, right? The problem is, that assessment is mostly about comprehension, which is like the thing specifically that I am the best at in Spanish. It does not test for writing. You know where that placed me? It placed me into a 300 level Spanish writing course.
Ooh.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
After the first day in that class, the first assignment in that class, the professor pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, so you don't belong here, do you?" I was like, No, I do not. And but prior to that, I had been trying to like go to a different class, and my advisor and I don't remember who else it was, but somebody else, I think it might have been the Spanish department head, both thought I was just trying to swing like an easy class. They both just thought I was trying to like pull one over and like get an easy class. I'm like, I don't know how any of you learned English, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't because somebody was telling you what the subjunctive tense was. And
oh
so,
God,
like,
yeah.
So like, you like, just because I know Spanish doesn't mean that I know the rules of all the grammar and shit like that. Because like, and so they got, so my professor literally had to write an email to both my advisor and the Spanish department head to be like, no, he does not belong in this class. Here's the class I recommend him for based on what I've seen. And then they put me in a class where they teach you the rules of grammar. Anyway.
Because I remember I tested into the 200 level course. Like they put me in a 100 level course because I didn't do very well on the AP Spanish test. But the reality was that the AP Spanish test is ridiculously fucking hard. You get one shot at listening to a native speaker mumble a sentence, and then you have to dictate the whole thing into English, and you have like 45 seconds to do it. And I'm like, who thought of this? Who thought of a test that assumes that you won't be able to just say one more time, please, to the person, or like, hey, a little slower? I don't speak well. Like,
yep.
Speak to me like you were teaching a toddler.
See, the thing is, that would be okay, almost. See, the pacing wise, it would be okay if you're speaking to if the speaker is Puerto Rican. But like comprehension wise, not so much, because we tend to slur everything together. We aspirate our S's, and it's a mess. So, you know, pace wise, Puerto Rican Spanish, that would be better.
Mm-hmm.
I took Korean, so I'm conversational in Korean. But it was around that time that my Nona had her Alzheimer's was getting worse and she was developing dementia, so she just stopped speaking English entirely. Just said fuck it. And so I also took an Italian class, but here's the problem. I had Italian for 3 hours in the morning because it was or 2.5 hours or something, and it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Korean was every day for an hour. And I had them back to back, and I knew Korean more. So for the first 2.5 hours, the first most of Italian, I was still in Korean mode. So like the Korean words were coming really fast. And then by the time I finally switched into thinking like in Italian kind of, it would be time for Korean. And then I was just very sad and confused.
Oh no.
But I learned the important questions in Italian, which is, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Sit down. And do you want coffee?
I appreciate.
I retain the important phrases from Russian, such as "Где здесь туалет," which is "Where's the bathroom?" Mm-hmm. Very important.
Здравствуйте. Hello. Привет.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. I know the Cyrillic alphabet. I was trying to teach myself Russian, and then I found out that Russian was like German, where it has the 6 cases. And then there's like 6 words for chair, depending on where it falls in the sentence. And then I just said, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And then I can read hiragana and katakana. And then I got to kanji, and I was like, no.
Ooh, kanji is a whole other beast.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Nikuru desu.
Incredible. Yeah.
That's like the only... wait, no, I already said that. I know thank you, because we all watched anime once.
Yeah, everybody has seen the anime, the one.
Listen, there really should only be one.
Hot takes from Cole.
Should I go?
I don't care. Somebody might, but I don't.
I'm bullied off the internet. I'm sorry.
No, I listen, as somebody who watches a decent amount of anime and has watched a decent amount of anime in their life, there could maybe be less of it.
Okay, but my cousins...
Nobody clip that and send it to Drac. Don't do it.
Nobody.
No! Why would you manifest that? Why would
please
you
nobody.
Obviously, I want somebody to do it.
Please also nobody clip that and send it to Bree. She will be equally upset at me.
And it will be done.
Geek Outs is in chat. It's already done.
If the way that we John, I'm sorry, but if the way that we get Drac to the US is to do a murder, then like I'm sorry, but worth it. Like.
All right, so everyone, next week on Ramblemancy, you will see a very different person sitting in this chair. If there are any sounds coming from the closet, it's probably just me, and I'm tied up in there.
No. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Sorry.
I still have the DS card for Teach Yourself Japanese when I was in anime club. Oh my god.
Well,
Cool.
That's cool. That's kind of cool. Worth it.
My bookshelf at back in my apartment makes me look very well read and very smart because I still have all of my language books that I haven't touched since college. It's fine.
Yeah. Would you like to see where my college books are?
Yes. Are they in the trash?
They are.
propping
See that
up-
big tote right there?
They're propping up the monitor.
They are in that big tote, and they are propping up a monitor.
That's okay.
right.
So I know we bring this up a lot, but it was like it's relevant not just because of that, but also because of conversations that we were having right before we went live. But like, I feel like every streamer, regardless of what level they're at in streaming in their streaming career, has some part of their setup that's just incredibly janky, right? Like,
yeah,
like that. We've just got like a headphone splitter duct taped to a table, so it doesn't
Love
fall.
that.
I thought you were pointing to your
So good.
microphone. I was like, what's
No.
wrong with that?
No, I was talking about that.
Yeah. I think for me it's
There
Wow,
it is.
I can't believe Jack's gonna come to the U.S. and murder me.
I can't believe Drake's gonna to the U.S. and murder John.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, like there's like some janky ass part of the setup, right? Like that. Sorry.
I really said that on stream.
You sure
for
did.
Everyone, yep, that's
You sure
fine.
did. Cole, meet the internet.
No, I don't perceive me.
Oh god. Welcome to the
I really-
Welcome
Matt-
to the internet.
I don't know if you're in a clip editing mood, but I do need, just as soon as I say, but there could be less of it, just the cut, like the edit where it goes black and white, slow-mo, and then the wasted over it. Like,
All right, who
I
makes
do-
gifts? Let's do this. Please? For me? I'm very small and I have no money. You can only imagine the kind of stress that I'm under.
I'm sorry, just the little like.
Ooh woo.
Wait, hold on. I have.
Oh.
Hold on. I have an emote for you. There we go.
Oh, what did I do?
I don't know. Can you not hear it?
Challenging
Okay,
Bree and Drag. One of those people lives about 7 miles from me
one of those
and
people knows
can
exactly
show
where
up.
you live.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
played D&D with them last week in my own basement, so like, they can and will come beat me up.
Yep. They'll enlist the help of the koala cannon.
Koala will use the cannon to fire themselves
Oh.
down to the Twin Cities, and then that will be the end of me.
Sorry, I'm a traditional artist still learning digital. That's fair. That's fair. We
I
definitely
do make GIFs, but it always feels weird to make GIFs of myself.
Yeah, that
A little
seems
weirdly self-indulgent.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, get you someone who will make gifs of you.
I don't.
I am many things, but I am not Andrew Hussey, guy who made Homestuck.
Post it on Twitter. What did you post on Twitter?
Clip.
You didn't.
No!
Oh.
Wow, I can't believe I am gonna cancel myself. I said that in front of a bunch of nerds. What was I thinking?
I truly don't know. I don't.
I'll tell you what I was thinking. Nothing.
No thoughts, head empty.
Head empty. Well,
Sorry, I have to retweet
it's
it.
good. I have to
God damn. Hold on, I'm gonna retweet that, and then I'm gonna retweet it from Rule of Lore and just really twist the knife for myself.
Oh no. When I did it, didn't mean anything because I only have 81 followers.
Well, which one? Which one was clipped?
Matt
was it John?
chose murder
Was it
tonight.
John's that was clipped, or was it Cole's that was clipped? Because
Both, I think.
Oh, good.
Both.
Yeah,
I think
we
he
all
got
watched
both of
anime
them.
once.
We all watched anime once. I said the one, followed by shortly thereafter the listen. I'll say it as somebody who's watched anime before. There could be less of it.
I'm glad you said it twice on the same stream. Now that's good work. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
They
excellent.
can't
Just
clip it twice.
making it easier for people to take me out of context.
That's what the internet's for.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think you're right. I think you're right about that.
Yeah. It's fine.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, it's yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is really a thing that you did.
It's a good thing I don't use my Twitter much. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
So is there tea
Welcome
ready
to the
somewhere?
internet.
Is there tea ready somewhere?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe. Jolly old up Nicholas, hello and welcome.
Jolly old up Nicholas, lean your ear this way.
Hi, friend.
We're just talking about how Cole and John are about to get murdered for dunking on anime.
Yeah. Listen, I feel like it is the duty of anybody who duty. I am a child.
I am too. So it's fine. It's fine.
I feel like it's the duty of any.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I can't finish
Twice. Not once. Twice. Okay.
I did this one to myself. That's what makes it worse.
Oh.
Okay.
What?
Can't. I don't know
You're
what
being
It
you're
is.
being dutiful, so it's okay.
Well.
You're welcome, John.
This is
It is the solemn responsibility of anyone who watches anime to dunk on anime at least once. There we go. Got it out.
I love you.
Professor Voice. It helps. It helps to
Yeah,
get.
it
Helps
does.
to get
It
you
just-
through the hard times.
What
It helps to pretend that I am Arthur Agafort of the Agafort Adventuring Academy when I'm trying to say something ridiculous. Oh,
No way.
wow.
Do I have a voice that's like?
Good. Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's very important.
That was
Good.
twice.
Yeah.
Matthew.
We have a lot of good has come out of this stream tonight. A lot of good stuff.
You're welcome, guys. I'm
Lot of
glad
good
I could
stuff.
help.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
did
for
it.
joining us. This is incredible. Yeah, good. Thank you.
I made John break like twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
And then John made himself break, which is also very funny.
That was very good.
Oh.
I truly did just crack myself up that time.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
I think it's a good look for you. Oh my gosh, wait, this makes me so happy.
The thing is, Freeman, I knew that you were doing it when you did it, but then I forgot that you
Yeah.
did it. I forgot
Yeah.
that
I missed it probably because I was on the floor.
I did it early on.
Jolly, my brand is holding up a yes card. I think is if that's what you meant
Mhm.
about the cards. I just didn't bring mine from home, but mine from home is crumpled, ripped, has paint on it, and looks like it's been through war. And then all of my other safety cards have never been touched. So I just made one before stream because it's my brand.
Always good to have. Orange said, when I was over at my friend's for dinner, I saw John turn red and melt into his chair. I know I missed a lot. Orange was hanging out this afternoon while I slowly lost my mind speedrunning Metroid Dread, which I think has contributed to my current level of just absolute looniness.
Yeah. I've been pretty head empty today, so like, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I'm a cryptid, so
And I'm a goblin.
whatever.
Hey, me too. Literal goblin. There we go.
Perfect.
It's me.
And I'm just happy to be here.
Hi, happy to be here. I'm Dad.
I hate everything that just happened.
Yeah, and now this is stuck to my lip, so I am.
This stream is chaos. This is chaos. Truly.
You're welcome.
This is a lot.
This Ramblemancy really is unhinged.
Does
Don't worry,
everyone-
John. It's your turn next with
Does
that
everyone
brain.
have a goblin voice?
I do remember. I can't remember why I chose this voice, but I chose like Boston Goblin, and this was way back on a different stream. But I was like, I'm just a tiny little goblin, huh? A tiny, tired little goblin down here. Yeah, no, that's big stuff at the knees. Yeah, hey, like,
I love that.
that's my goblin voice.
Excellent, Freeman.
No.
That's
I
it
don't
now.
think I do.
No.
I don't think. Yeah, actually, that could work.
I don't know that I have a specific goblin voice.
You're a GM.
I know, and therefore I have many goblin voices.
Well, pick your favorite.
Wow, goblins don't all sound the same, Cole. That's pretty racist of you.
No, that's not what I said. I'm just sure you have a voice for goblins.
Wow. I can't believe Cole's gonna get canceled twice on this episode of Ramblemancy.
Stop! Don't make them come for me.
Matt, you are in rare clipping form tonight, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all of these clips.
Oh God.
Cole reacts to John Blinn.
Yeah. Good. I don't know. I mean, I have played a goblin character recently, and
Oh yeah, you have.
you know what? For some reason, whenever I think of goblins, and this might I always think of them with having they talk down here, you know, they're down and talking in this accent, but for some reason they're talking down like this, and just, that was the character's voice. As one of my goblin voices.
I love Dirge.
Yeah. Dirge Bitterknuckle. He's a rune knight who dual wields spears.
Well, this
I
is my
love-
goblin voice.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's so good.
That's really good.
No one likes to listen to me.
That's good.
It's so good.
I
That's
played,
the
I played a little goblin girl named Nettle, and she used to collect bones and things and put them in her hair. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
That's so good.
Thank you.
Oh my god. So like Nettle the Goblin voice combined with like the Boston hey no yeah down the you know the one that I had going
Yeah, down here.
yeah hold on yeah and then you have you have the Dirge voice in there too, like what a family of goblins you get there.
We have to play Oops All Goblins.
We have to play Oops All
Okay.
Goblin.
Yeah,
Can we do a one shot?
probably should.
It
You
could be
probably
a.
have to.
Wait. It could be a Christmas one shot, and instead of elves, they're fucking goblins.
What an incredible idea.
Thank you. I'm not just a hat rack.
No, you're a literal goblin. We've been over this.
A little goblin, it's me.
Rachel, when Rachel and I were living together, the first time I did this voice,
Recorded.
she texted me and she was like, I thought there was a fucking child on our porch and I didn't understand why. And she made a Twitter, D&D Wife Life, and it's her making fun of all my voices.
That's incredible.
And her goal, whenever she would text me during stream, her goal was to get me to laugh out of nowhere. Most of the time it was also her being like, you're half Italian, fucking act like it. And to which I said, no. So. Thank you, Rachel. She's not gonna watch this, but
Yeah.
I love her anyway. She's a prickly pear. She does her best.
Geekout says you are a hat rack, a literal goblin, and a genius. A basic triple threat.
Thank you! Oh my.
Oh, that's a good point, Ellie. A family Thanksgiving dinner would be hilarious, particularly the preparation. That's true.
Oh my god, just the absolute like super industrious chaos that would be a family of 57 goblins making Thanksgiving dinner.
Wait, does that say A or I?
A, like Italian, like the A, like that kind of.
Hey! Did I do it? I did my best.
What better note to go out on?
Yeah, no kidding.
Because we are
okay
at the end of our time, and I don't think that there's a better button for this show than that.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go Mets, baby! Yeah.
Incredible. Well, this has been our episode of Ramblemancy for tonight. What did we talk about? Basically nothing, but also a little bit of everything.
Ramblemancy
Cole, I'm glad
special.
you were able to be here with us.
I'm also glad that I was here. I missed everybody. Thanks for letting me be here and just be weird.
That is
Thank you for joining
Absolutely.
us.
basically what we do on this show.
Mhm.
So let's see, what was I gonna say? We have a bunch of stuff coming up probably. I don't know. I'm sorry. I have fully head empty. I can't do this today.
If you want to catch us streaming next, we do that on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific for our Cypher System sci-fi spacefaring superheroes actual play Infinite Horizon. I did it since the last time I said it. I did add another adjective, and I will continue to do
There
so.
I'm giving you a heart
Um,
to Geek Outs. I missed you too.
We are coming up on our last 9th episode ever.
I think it's the next one.
8th, our last 8th episode ever. That's almost 100.
Wait,
No.
hold on, I have to think about this for a second. Did I? Nope, we're not doing that math right now. Continue.
Anyway, outside of that, you can stop by next week in this place at this exact time for another episode of Ramblemancy, in which we do this sometimes with guests, sometimes not. The only thing that we can guarantee is that it'll be kind of chaotic and maybe a little weird, but that's what we're about. If you'd like to support this wild, weird thing that we do, and we could not do it without you, there are a variety of ways that you can do that. The first and simplest is following us on our social media, Twitter, which is where we are most active, or joining our Discord, where we host all kinds of fun community nights and hangouts and greet each other in the mornings and say goodnight to each other in the evenings. You can talk about our shows as you're watching them there, continue the conversation after Ramblemancy ends. It's just a cozy little place and we love it. It's also the first place that you're going to be privy to most of the announcements about our channel. And speaking of announcements, you can get some of those announcements in advance if you join our Patreon, which comes with a host of cool perks, including awesome things that you can sneak little bits of inspiration for your tabletop games that you are a player for or a GM for. We have a monthly writer's room at one of our higher tiers where you can help design bits of the world for our current actual plays. Outside of that, if you want to just drop us a line on Coffee or sub here on Twitch or drop something in our tip jar here on Streamlabs, those are all great ways to directly support us as a kind of one-off donation. And if you drop in our Streamlabs tip jar, we have a goal going this month for an Among Us community night, and you can come play Stabby Space Chaos with us. There we go. I think I got them all.
I think you did. That was
I
way
think
better than
I
was gonna
did.
get it done. So yeah.
And I
Um,
think I'm just gonna add, 'cause I'm in too deep.
Yeah. Coming back to this channel near you.
Sometime in the new year.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
I do have on
Yes.
Sunday, this Sunday, at 8 a.m. Pacific time, I will be participating in
Godspeed.
Valdrian's Extra Life charity stuff that's going on this weekend. And I will be playing in a Cyberpunk Red game. It'll be lots of fun, and you get to come see me play Crossroad, the Nomad. So yeah, that's happening over at Valdrianth. I believe it's just twitch.tv/Valdrianth, but yeah. So that's where you will find me this weekend. Yeah.
I'm going back into hiding.
Mm-hmm.
You won't find me anywhere.
Cole is going back to their goblin cave.
Yes.
It's very cozy.
All right, everybody. We will see you hopefully for Infinite Horizon on Wednesday, but if not, we'll see you the next time you decide to come roll with us. Good night and good zone, everybody.
Bye.